What's up, everybody? How was your weekends? How is it going? Good morning to you all. The time has changed. Hopefully, all of you guys know that. Well. Look at the good old market watch. Hilarious. So how's everybody doing? This is when to sell cyclical winners and buy back tech stocks. JP Morgan says, really? That's hilarious. JP Morgan. Jamie Dimon. Thank you for letting me know. It's amazing. I want to know. Please tell me. Markets set up for disappointment from Fed meeting as bond yields renew rise. Yep. There will be no peace until 10-year Treasury yield hits 2%. I also feel like that too, to be honest with you. But I was thinking it's going to be around 1.7 or 2. Just I don't know when it's going to get priced in, the fear. Eventually the fear will get priced in once, like, if people are accepting that this is going to go up to 2%, which I don't really see how that affects a lot of things anyways, but apparently people are scared about that. So, you know, so like eventually people accept that now, and then all of this selling off of, for example, growth, whatnot, into and buying in the cyclicals and finance and whatever. I mean, eventually that's the fear will be priced in. At least that's what I'm thinking. Hey, I'm glad that you enjoyed the Disney video. I actually got a little bit of sun. My face looks pretty red right now, I think. That's crazy. It was like the first sunny day. Sunday was the day that I was going around inside the park. It was cool. I mean, I've been so many times, like, hard to be excited about that, to be honest with you. I've literally been probably 10 times this year. Not this year, but including last year. Probably something like that. Just a crazy number, so hard to get excited about it, you know, hard to get pumped up. I think I only rode maybe 3 rides that whole day. Just kind of left. But anyways. Good morning, Monica. Ed, good morning. It's pretty early over there for you, huh? But anyways, I'm trying to figure out what JP Morgan is trying to tell us. In our call of the day, JP Morgan strategist said the rise in bond yields wasn't over yet, and that it was premature to start selling cyclical stocks and buying back defensive equities such as healthcare and technology stocks. Defensive equities. That's interesting. Hey, look at these big bicycle. I don't know what that's called, but I assume there is some word for that. That's a pretty cool picture. I mean, that's looks like it's Germany. Pretty sure that's Germany. There seems to be a yellow, red, and black flag up there. Alright. This last name could possibly be German. I don't know why. I don't know who chooses to use these photos for Mark and Watch, but that's interesting. But anyways, the investment bank strategist led by Mislav Matejka said valuations of cyclical stocks, those that stand to gain as economic activity picks up, were beginning to look toppy after their strong run over the past year. Toppy? What does that mean? Mislav? European cyclicals, for example, have outperformed defensive stocks by 57% over the past 11 months, ranking near the top when it comes to past recoveries. As a result, they said the bulk of the cyclicals' defensive move might be behind us, given the size of cyclicals running their stretch valuations. I mean, you know, see, to me, that makes a lot of sense because it's like, it's the same thing. It's, you can make the argument of like, oh, well, tech stocks are pretty expensive. Eventually, it's going to be too expensive and it's going to pull back. But you can make the same argument for the cyclicals as well. How much money do you really want to pay for some of those companies like Wells Fargo? You know, I mean, cheap is cheap. A good deal is a good deal, but eventually, don't you think it gets to be like, well, that's, I really want to be paying that much for Wells Fargo or ExxonMobil or something like that? Is it mobile or mobile? Mobile? ExxonMobil. I think it's ExxonMobil. Although it's spelled like an automobile. An automobile. ExxonMobil. Huh. I think my English sucks now. Do they have the Tron coaster at the park? Yeah, they do. They do. I didn't do a very good job on that video, I think. So tiring. It's not my forte. Not my forte. Vlogging and stuff. Almost got kicked out of that Family Mart, which was really weird. That lady was not very nice. Although she wasn't so bad, so. Called her manager on me. I'm assuming it was her manager, and she was complaining that there's a foreigner filming inside the Family Mart. And I don't really think the manager cared because they didn't do anything. But yeah, she asked me to delete the footage. I was, no way I'm going to do that. That's a little bit too much. But anyways, kind of strange. I'm actually tempted to go to another Family Mart and see if they have the same reaction, which is probably would make for a really stupid video, but just more for my entertainment, to be honest with you, because I never did that before, so I don't know. Like, the funny thing is, a lot of places that I go, like literally a lot of places, and keep in mind this is a pretty big international city here, but still I get filmed a lot and pictures taken and everything, like especially at Disney, because I think there's a lot of tourists there that aren't from big cities, don't live in big cities, and they usually don't see foreigners, no matter white or black or whatever, non-Asians, I guess. So there's definitely a lot of invasion of the personal space, I guess you could say. Sounds cool, but it's not. I personally don't like it. It's not really my style. I mean, point is, out of all the many millions of times that I've been filmed where I don't want to be filmed and there's nothing I can really do about it, and I've never asked anybody to delete the footage. That's kind of silly, but I kind of just ignore it now. It doesn't really bother me. But if I had a choice, I probably wouldn't want to be filmed. It's kind of weird. But yeah, so that surprised me. You cannot film. There's literally I've never been to a place where I cannot film. Very strange, because this is a very mobile phone society. People just take, it's just everywhere. It's crazy. So, interesting times in the Shanghai Disney. But yeah, they did have the Tron. The Tron is cool, but I've been on it so many times. It's so hard for me to get excited about those things. I should do another video. I will go just on one day. The market's just like tank. Probably this week. At some point, I'll probably go to, if it's nice weather, but I don't think it's going to be. I think it's going to rain every day. Anyways. We'll see. But hey, I'm glad that everybody is joining right now, and the time has changed, so it's going to be a little bit different for me. The schedule is different because the time actually doesn't change in China, but anyways. So yeah, this is an interesting article. I have to be honest with you. MarketWatch has done a pretty good job this time. So I would like to finish this article, and I would also like to post this on my Reddit. Let's see if we can find any more people that want to come and join our live stream. Usually I do. Got some hate on the Reddit today. Not really hate, but kind of. Kind of. Alright, it's posted. Now, let's get back to this market watch. So, I like what they're saying. Toppy, I guess that means too high. But the strategist warned it is still premature to position for a reversal. For that, one needs to see peaking PMIs, weakening relative earnings, and an end to rising bond yields. Yeah, good one. Never would have guessed. Those three crucial things are unlikely to happen just yet, they said, with earnings momentum for cyclical set to continue accelerating over the next few quarters. Whoop, that's a long time. As for purchasing managers' indexes, the desynchronized nature of the global cycle. With China potentially peaking, the US approaching highs, and Europe looking to pick up over the summer means a peak isn't imminent, they said. I mean, just seems like everything is always at the highest. China peaking. Does that mean they expect it to go down? That's funny. There is literally no indication that it's about to peak. I mean, I don't really see that. Everything's pretty normal over here. No big events. I don't know. Also, real estate is up so high. Surprised me actually. Over here. Key factor for cyclicals remains the direction of bond yields, and importantly, JP Morgan strategists said the up move in yields wasn't finished yet. Yes, in the short term, policymakers will keep pushing back, but are likely to accept higher yields down the line. As long as yields are moving up, cyclicals should not be sold, they added. Okay, now it's kind of getting into the just pretty much what everybody knows, nothing new here. Anyways, it's not bad. It's not a bad Market Watch article, actually. But yeah, I guess I assume that nothing really new here. But anyways, with that said, hey, there's a Disney article. Come back, Market Watch. Clicked off of my screen. Ew. COVID vaccine passports may be coming. What's the downside? Okay, well, even though it's an Asian girl, I don't think this hand is Asian. Although it could just be the shadow. Maybe it is. Let's get a little click in and see. That's. Anyways, what do you guys think? Good morning, Anthony. What do you guys? What's your opinions on the markets? Let me know. What do you think about the TNX? 10-year interest rates, yields. Let me know what you guys' plans. I don't really have a plan, to be honest with you right now. Kind of just waiting to see how the market acts first. I'm positioned okay. I'm not positioned the best for rising interest rates, but I'm assuming that most of this will be priced in. Eventually, not now. I mean, I'm okay to dip a little bit. Fine. I mean, I think doing less right now probably would be the right decision if you are heavy growth. If you don't mind selling and switching things around, you could always get some cyclicals like FAS. We'll check all this in a second. Yeah, I mean, it would be cool if we could get a vaccine passport. I know. I mean, I'm all for it. Whatever. I'd get a vaccine one. I know. All right. Weeble is up. Let's see what's going on here. Prints up, Buzz is up, that's cool. The Sox is up. Arcs are up, Dow's up. Tech is barely up. NASDAQ is barely up. Arc, shaking my head. Okay, SPY is pretty much flat. Not so bad. That reminds me, I wanted to do a report on these for probably for tomorrow, the IDRV and then just DRIV, I think those are the tickers. Let me double check. Yeah, DRIV. Those are the electric vehicle ETFs. Autonomous driving, electric vehicle, something like that. But anyways, how about the 3Xs? They shouldn't be all that bad. Sockel's up 1.7, that's good news. FAS, this is the financial sector bull ETF. Not a surprise there. I sold that one a little bit too early, but it's okay. I need to raise capital anyways. Dow Jones is up 0.6, TQQQ 0.2, nothing special on the S&P. Oil is not actually doing that well. ERX and Gush are both down 0.5%. And then the Chinese web giants are down 1%. So that's for my bull ETFs. And REITs looks like is pretty much flat, $63 right now. It's not bad. It was up 1.8 on Friday. Interesting stuff. Crypto is pulled back a little bit. Bitcoin is down 6 1/3, and ETH is down 5.68 to be precise. So that's not so bad. I mean, people's kind of overreacting. I mean, since last week Bitcoin was up like 15%. So I don't know why people are overreacting, but I guess that's just the nature of investing. Just everything's overreactment, which I'm sticking with what I've been saying this whole time. I think this dip is a pretty big overreactment. That's what happens. Stock market. Welcome to the stock market. And then just go checking in the all stocks on my watch list. AMC, Microvision are leading the way. GameStop. I wonder how our call is doing. Or actually, I think it's a put. I forgot. Coupang up 4%. Cool. Not it was an okay. Was an okay call. It kind of bled off actually. But it just IPO'd, so I mean, go on the 1 hour. Kind of bled off the whole time, but it's going back up. I was talking to some Koreans about this past weekend. They obviously think it's good. And yeah. So that's cool. Coupang. Well, I don't even know if I'm saying that right, to be honest with you. And okay, let's see what else. Space is up. Xiaopeng is up. I'm going to be doing a video on this week. Pretty sure. Nano's up. IDEX, Nokia, Boeing, Palantir, T-Doc, all up more than 1%. Solo is up. That's good. On Friday was flat. I wanted to... Lemonade is up. Cheesecake Factory stock is up. Actually, it went up 7% on Friday. That's funny. The day that I was, well, the weekend out. Was I there on Friday? Saturday. What's Friday? The funny thing is I didn't even check. I didn't even realize that until right now. Interesting stuff. Well, anyways. Electric vehicles are up. I mean, it's gonna be a weird one. I can feel it. I can feel it. It's gonna be a weird one. Because I swear to God, there was something else I wanted to look at. Oh. Down. Dang. Is that right? It was 16 point 16.41 earlier. 16.44. So that would be 1.6. 0.644. Now it's 1.614. Actually kind of surprised. Thought it was going to hit 1.7 today, which is not all that much higher. I mean, let's be honest. Literally that first yellow line would have been a decent oh, that's a week. Yeah, it's still going up. Although towards the end of last week it was, or sorry, the last week just in general was down until Friday. It just jumped up a decent amount. Although stocks weren't all that affected. The semis were triple Q not that much. So kind of interesting. And then so I mean what that means to me is the fear is getting priced in because people realize like, uh-oh, this is gonna possibly be 2%. Okay, just sell everything now, and then eventually, okay, whatever. The selling is out of our shake it all out, shake it off. You know what I mean? It all gets priced in, so people are like, okay, whatever, moving on. Tech stocks are cheap again, and these cyclicals seem a little bit high, don't they? Don't they though? I mean, dang, the FAS is. I like FAS. Don't get me wrong. Really like FAS. It's just on the day chart here. It's gone up a lot. And don't forget, this is like Berkshire Hathaway, which is doesn't really move. It doesn't even beat the S&P. Doesn't even match the S&P for like years. And then Wells Fargo is here, Chase, Bank of America. Those aren't really doing all that good. But anyways, I get it. They are doing pretty good. But I don't know. A weird one. I mean, I like it, don't get me wrong. I don't necessarily want to overpay for none of this stuff, which I'm starting to get a little bit worried. The Buzz is doing really well. I thought that one would be good because it's got some recovery stocks in it. This is the social sentiment ETF, which, dang, it's got like some good stuff. It's got your tech stocks that everybody loves, and it's also got some recovery plays in it, like airlines, stuff like that. I mean, it's pretty cool in my opinion. I want to put more money into it. And the last week it's just been going straight up from a low of 22.15. So this one is good. I like it. I personally like this one. We'll see how it does. Managed by good companies. Hopefully it's all right. The retail is up. S&P 500 retail been doing good for sure. The economy will open back up. It will be good. I just don't really have enough money to put into everything that I would want right now. So I don't want to switch everything down and whatnot. Print is up 3%. I put a little bit of money into print. 3D printing, I mean, it was pretty low. So this is up a little bit. Yeah, my cost basis here. I'm still losing on it though. My cost basis is 41.75, so right now it's $41, so it's doing pretty good. It's up 3% pre-market is pretty good. Yep, up here. And yeah, I don't think that this limit order of 75 is gonna buy. I've got my current working orders are 25 shares of print, then the SPAC ETF, 25 shares, and this is a dollar cost averaging scenario here for me. But I don't know if that's gonna. We'll see though. The SPACs are pretty volatile, but I assume the SPAC ETF would be less volatile. Maybe. Pershing are also gonna order for 25 shares. Trying to dollar cost average that. Also, it's going up. My cost basis is 28.5, so getting pretty close. I mean, I'm getting pretty close to breaking even on these. I was trying to buy the dip, so a good sign, I think, overall. The Buzz, I'm sure I'm making. bought the buzz way down here at 23, so that was a good decision. Should have bought more. Just need to raise capital because I wanted to save some money for the cyclicals. Not all that many, but I wanted to buy some. Did for a bit, but Tesla looks flat right now. Not bad. Definitely up from where it was. Yep. OGIG. Also, I've got some of those, don't I? Yeah, I'm making money on that though. Cost basis of 53, so that's good. We'll see how everything goes. I mean, this is literally, I think everybody's just a little bit nervous about the Fed speech, although I don't really see him saying anything different. But I mean, look, this is either going up and breaking. This is the NASDAQ, the triple Q. I think the NASDAQ is going to break its 50-day moving average in the next, like this week, in the next couple of days. I don't expect it to break it today. Well, it's possible, but I doubt it. With this Fed speech, I doubt it. Fed speech is Wednesday. Although there's supposed to be some announcement on Tuesday, I believe. But anyways, we'll see. So, yeah, but I mean, on the call, the 10 years are down a little bit. 1.25%. So, we'll see. But it's kind of limbo right now for me because for sure the 10-year could spike. The Fed speech coming up. I mean, literally every single thing that you can possibly read or watch on the World Wide Web is literally saying that the interest rates will keep going. Don't buy tech. So, since we should do the opposite of what they say, I think it's probably a good time to start dollar cost averaging tech, and we were dollar cost averaging for sure down here. And I actually, not to brag, but I kind of called that one. And it's not just me that called it, it's literally the entire internet. But I believed, I bought into it, and I was also saying that too. Was this line for the dip, was it going to be the same as that? Look, it lines up just so perfectly. That was a September dip. Just crazy how exact it lines up. Oh, it's also the same slope, same rate of decline, and the same number of days. That's crazy. So, if we do go back to here, there is a period of, well, it crossed the 50-day actually a little bit faster. And then it was riding right along the 50-day. And this one is the election one, and since we're not going to have an election sell-off, then I would say probably just going to ride around the 50-day. A little bit above it, I assume, although I can be wrong. So, I mean, you know, so I'm either waiting for this to bull trap us or keep going up and cross the 50-day. The 50-day is going to be my key target. I don't really feel comfortable until I see more of what's going on with the TNX, and more importantly than what's going on with the TNX is sentiment and see if things are priced in. But if you look at the day chart on the MACD, it seems like we're going to have a transition here, switch back, start buying more. Not 100%. Not a 100% situation, scenario, hypothesis. So we'll see. But anyways, it's actually gone back up a lot. So silver lining. And yes, it could dip more, or it could keep going. So I'm going to kind of wait and see, because yes, we do have the Fed speech. And the interest rates are supposed to be going up, although it look like it's down 1.28% today so far. So I mean, we'll see what. But we got 7 minutes till the market opens. Let me go over the chat real quick. GoPro is doing well for me. I think I'll keep my shares, and if it crashes again later, I can get out with a profit regardless. Good for you. Yeah, I would assume the cyclical, like more of those. I don't know, man. It's just so weird what's going on. It doesn't really make sense to me, but It does though. That's the weird part. It's like, yeah, I get what's going on right now. I mean, it's hard not to understand since basically everybody's talking about this news wise. But I'm pretty skeptical of this. And I don't know if that's right or wrong. I don't know if I'm thinking about it in the right way. But so far so good. So whatever. We'll see. Did you get in the ride dip? Yeah, thanks for reminding me. That's the one I wanted to. Because man, I want you. Gosh, it was that short seller report from what's the company called? Uh, Dang man. That was literally the day after I wrote about it. Day of or the day after or something, but gosh. We'll see how it goes. I'm not in a rush to get into that. And actually, if you read my report and my write-up on it, I said that I wasn't going to buy it until it crossed the 180 day. So I didn't. I was still waiting for that, but now it's even cheaper. It makes sense. Because I think what they were saying about like the pre-orders are faked and they're not guaranteed that what's it called? They're not first confirmed. It's not guaranteed that the people will actually buy them. But that's kind of obvious because it's only $100, even if they don't have like any sort of contracts or what, or the $100 is refundable or whatnot. Because think about it, like even if it wasn't refundable or there was no commitment, like you could just lose the $100. Doesn't really matter. Not buy it. Nothing is gonna happen. Like no matter if you pre-order the Cybertruck, I also think it was $100. Or the Lucid one is $300, I believe, off the top of my head. I think, yeah. I mean, it doesn't. It's all kind of the same, even though like, there's none of them are really committed. Like, I personally didn't order the Cybertruck. I know people that did, and no offense to those people, they probably don't have enough cash by the time it gets around to buy it, unless they finance, I guess. But I don't even know how that all is gonna work. So I don't really. That doesn't bother me. This short seller report, they're the I forgot the name of it. This company, but they're the ones that always do this. They're a big company. Listen to this. But I don't think there's anything wrong with Lordstown Motors. I personally like it. I like how it looks. And we'll see though. We'll see. I mean, again, that's the risk of a 5. I wouldn't put very much money into it, and luckily I didn't buy it because I was gonna wait till it crossed the 180-day moving average. As you can see by this chart, that's where I put my buy zone. But if anybody else got into it, let me know. XRT holds 14% GameStop. That's good to know things. Yeah, I don't want to always. Since you've mined crypto, what do you think of Ebon? Be honest with you, I try to stay away from. Oh, Ebonk. Yeah, I know this company. Gosh, I've actually visited the factory. Oh, I didn't know they were public. Interesting. That's interesting. I should do a video on this. I've been to the factory before and I purchased a lot of the miners back in 2017, I guess. 2016, 2017. And that's interesting. I still have some pictures from this factory. But yeah, it's really close to where I live, and I decided to go. And yep, so overall, that's not a good company. Maybe they've improved, but it's not. I had a bunch of those. They're really hard to sell. Nobody really wants them. They're dated. The tech is dated, like the hashing power is dated. Yeah, I wouldn't touch that. I wouldn't touch that with a 10-foot long pole. What's the analogy? What am I looking for? What's the right metaphor here? But yeah, I seriously wouldn't touch that. Hindenburg, thank you. Thanks, Ed. Yeah, it's the Hindenburg. Think of Heisenberg. Think of. Isn't Hindenburg? Wasn't that the blimp that crashed with the Pfizer's he was, does anybody know what I'm talking about? Right? Something to do with that, right? Anyways, E-bomb. Yeah. Don't do it. I'm telling you. Don't do it. That's funny. Up 35%. Oof. Even makes me want to buy some puts on it. But see, that's the problem with you guys in America or some other country. You don't know how bad this stuff is. I mean, you know, maybe it's just so crappy and just so cheaply made. And maybe they improved though. To be fair, maybe they improved. I know the sales from here and the managers could have gotten jobs by now. Back in the day, I could always ask them something. But yeah, I don't. I think they were horrible. Those were horribly made. No offense to that company, but I wouldn't touch it at all. But for some reason, it's going up a lot. Why? What do you know? What do you guys know that I don't know? I mean, they're just selling. I'm sure they're selling so many. I mean, it's the cheap, poorly made alternative to Bitmain's machines. If you had a chance to buy Bitmain, you would buy Bitmain. If they're sold out and you can't buy them, then you're gonna buy eBong or Silicon or whatever the other companies are. So yeah. Those eBong machines, they break all the time, dudes. I would not recommend that. But I sold a bunch of them back in the day. And after I wanted to sell the farms, the mining centers that I had, they not worth nothing. That was back in the day when they were like 9 T's. You looking to get into Disney after my weekend? No. Maybe though. Probably is a great idea. I would consider it. Alright. Let's see what's going on. E-bong's up 12%. That's funny. Let's just wait until it goes up to all-time high and then buy some puts on it. I think that's a great idea. Seriously, this company is so stupid. Their factory is super stupid. Literally. I guess the right word in English probably would be ghetto. Although that doesn't really describe it very well. I don't know. It's very not nice. Stupid not nice. Alright, let's see what's going on with the indexes. Print's still up. Socks is still up. Buzz is still up. Arcs are still up. Oh, this is interesting. OGIG is flat. I don't know why. NASDAQ is down a little bit. Cool. SPAC ETF. Okay, let's see how far that drops. I would like to get more of those. And I mean, basically, those orders that we were going over, the Buzz, Pershing, SPACX, and Print. Print probably not that one because it's headed up right now, right past $40, which is good. I mean, I just either make money or if it goes down, I just buy more. We're patient here. I don't have anything to do. I'm just kind of wait. I can wait for a long time too before these things start taking off. So I will always be buying the div as long as I have money to. Another one I would like to keep watching is Roblox. So that's interesting. So obviously Ark bought it, and it was shooting up a little bit, but yeah, that wasn't long lived. It's headed down. So who knows? Let's see. I bought 10 shares at 75 almost. So that kind of sucks, but it was more for fun. Pershing is down. Still, it's pretty far from my limit. I could always raise it. Oh, that's cool. We can drag into this now. Very nice. But yeah, I would like to look at Disney. That's really funny that I did the review of Cheesecake Factory the day that it went up 7%, which is quite a lot. Disney is doing pretty decent, to be fair. But yeah, I really appreciate that, Monica. About the EBON, the EBONG. Thanks for letting me know about that one. I'm gonna do a report on that tomorrow, later today for you guys, because that would be interesting for me to short. I'm gonna look more into it though. But appreciate that. So Disney is doing well, trading in these parallel channels, which is pretty alright. When I first wrote about it, when Nancy Pelosi bought it, it was around here, and then it went down. I actually were making fun of her for losing money, but then kind of went up a lot, which is interesting. She bought Disney, she bought Tesla, and I'm talking about spent a lot of money on Disney, Tesla, and there was one other one. Apple. We had Apple, we had Tesla, which both aren't doing well. And then the Disney one actually turns out to be doing the best. But not surprising as of now. Because everything's opening back up, they'll make more money. It makes sense. Although their online business, I wonder what percentage of their revenue comes from the online sales, like watching their content, Disney Plus and whatnot, and the new movies they make, versus the parks. Because I mean, not just the revenue, but the profit. Parks just cannot unimaginable how much it costs to maintain that. I'm actually, I literally think of that every time I go there. Zom is up 5.6%. Buzz is doing well. Really liked it. Seriously, really. If I bought another 25 shares right now, I don't know if that's stupid, because then my average price would be 24 and a half, 24.3. Right now my average price is 20. I mean, it's just not much money, but should have bought 1,000 shares. Yeah, 100 shares, 1,000 shares. Should have bought 1,000 shares. Oh well. And then the Cheesecake Factory. It's doing really, really well. Seriously, don't sleep on this. You know, I first started watching the Cheesecake Factory stock. I don't, and it seemed weird to me, because I saw a lot of people start talking about Cheesecake Factory stock. And I'm like, really? I looked into it. I'm like, well, you know, looks decent. Probably was around this chunk. I don't remember. But so I kept watching it, and it just literally just going up. Way past almost at my target. It's way past the COVID, pre-COVID. And look, pre-COVID, it's not doing nothing except going down. That's the problem I have with this stuff, you know? Literally, it was at $67 in 2017. You know? And it's 62 right now. Hope you didn't buy it back then. And since 2017, it's gone down. Wouldn't have been something that I'm just like, yeah, I want to buy that for sure. This is one of those where I'm like, I don't really want to buy it, in all honesty. But of course, it's caught my attention now, because look at these last few weeks. You know? Gosh, that's not usually what I'm interested in. Let's just put it like that. Apple's almost breaking even. That's cool. Coupong's up 2%. That's not bad. I want to watch that one, although I'm not very excited on it, but I could see myself getting some, maybe. Although I wonder if that could be included in the OGIG. Would be pretty interesting if it was, actually. The TNX is 16.18 right now. But anyway, so this is why I mean it's like eventually this like for example, just take Cheesecake. Eventually this is gonna get to the point where that's kind of expensive to be buying these cyclicals, don't you think? That's like I don't know, that's just seems expensive to me. The PE is a 55. Nothing crazy, but I don't know. Just going based off of the, let's zoom out a little bit here. You know, so like obviously since COVID, if you could have bought it down there, you would have made a bunch of money. But at the same time, these levels are not like super awesome to me. Sure, it came up since 2008 when everything was down, and in 2006 it was already $37. Crashed to 5 in 2008, and then it ran all the way back up until the peak in 2017. 9 years it was going up, so that's great. From 5 to 67, that's like what, 12 times, 13 times, and then it crashed again. So the interesting thing here for me is if you zoom out, it's actually kind of flat. That's not saying that it won't go up more. It's just it's been at these levels. One is tested $65 a few times. Tested it in 2018. It tested it in 2017. Twice in 2017 actually. And then yeah, that was it. And before that, the highest was 40, which it was $40 a couple of weeks ago. Anyways, who knows what's going to happen with that one. I expect it might hit 65 and start pulling back because eventually this gets to the point of being like, really want to spend that much money on one of these? Amazon's down, Apple is pretty flat. Nasdaq's only down 0.2, that's not so good. Nasdaq is still looking pretty off. See, this is the type of chart that I like to look at. That was the .com bubble. Crashed right there. I think those times are different. Not to mention that was 21 years ago. And then the 2008 crash on the Nasdaq. That looks like it's microscopic compared to what's happened since then. It's been an awesome time. Up, 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 up. Especially after COVID, it's crazy. It makes sense though. Not all that surprising. So if you're taking advantage of that, then congrats for you. So nevertheless, let's see what's going on, but it's relatively flat right now. So seems pretty good to me. Drive. DRIV. Global X, autonomous and electric vehicles ETF. Sounds good to me. I'll have to look up these holdings. I'm going to do a report tomorrow. My report is going to be on iDrive, Drive, and then the eBong. Also, I'm thinking about doing some other ones. We'll see. Lee. Go to the day chart. So yeah, we also have a V-shaped right here. So kind of just waiting on it. Lordstown Motors is actually up 3% today. It'll come back up. Just need some time. Oh, GIG down 1%. Anyways. Cool. Let's see what the good old market has to say. First, let me check the chat. You think we will start seeing massive selling the next month as positions purchased or during start long-term gains? I don't think so. To be honest with you, I don't think so. I think we will always have some people taking profits, but you know, I think there's always equally amount of people buying. It all works out. I personally am not betting against the stock market. If we just look back in time, it usually goes up. However, there are times that it goes down. But the probability would say that it's gonna go up. If we look at the historical performance. So in my opinion, no. Okay, let's go over to the market watch. Elon Musk is now officially the tech of Tesla. Tesla's factory had more than 400 COVID-19 cases after Elon Musk's defiant reopening. Well, I wonder how many people died though, and I wonder how many people worked there, because 400 can be misleading either way. You know, if only 500 people worked in the factory, which I mean there are a lot of robots there, right? Mostly as robots. I'm just saying, if only 500 people worked there, that's kind of a lot, Elon. What are you doing? But also, if like 10,000 people work there, then that's actually low. So I would probably need some more information on that, although I don't even really care about this anymore. It's kind of past that, you know? But I would be more interested in forget Neo and Xpeng. This company and Tesla will be the top 2 electric vehicle plays by 2025, says UBS. Okay. UBS analysts said in a call with members of the media on Tuesday that they predict that in the next few years, Tesla and Volkswagen will be the 2 global leaders in electric vehicle sales. The analysts expect that Volkswagen will catch up with Tesla in terms of total volume of cars sold as soon as next year, when the 2 companies could each deliver about around 1.2 million. I believe it. I don't know though, but yeah, for sure. Volkswagen in electric, yeah. I just wish Ford would, you know, giddy up a little bit, because this is just such a great opportunity. Like, come on, guys. Man, for sure, Germany is like really pushing them, because Germany said that all new vehicles made after 2030 have to be electric. So there's only they only have a certain amount of time to just really take off with in the electric batteries and what tech plays. But you know, still 9 years. That's kind of a lot, though. Plenty of time. But still, come on, Ford, get with it. I would like to see Ford do it, but you know, I know the German cars are coming. I wrote an article about it. I see a lot of more electric German cars now. And to be fair, some are plug-in hybrids, but still, you know, obviously it's not as good as Tesla. Nothing is in terms of range and whatnot, but still, they're coming. They're making considerably bigger efforts. Volkswagen Group is a German automotive. Okay, we know that. Volkswagen controls between 20 and 25% of the market share in this key region. Yep. Europe is the second biggest EV market. That's why Neo going to Europe is actually going to be pretty big. And I really think that there are too many American people sleeping on electric vehicles, which, of course, it's pretty split. I mean, a lot of people are into Tesla. There's a lot of Tesla fanboys. Strange number of Neo fanboys. But yeah, I still think there's too many people sleeping on it. I lived in China, which is the biggest EV market, and I can tell you they are everywhere, and it happened so fast. So it's coming for sure. I'm telling you guys, it's coming before you even know it. I mean, time goes by fast. 5 years is nothing. 5 years from now, just imagine probably 30% of all the cars will probably be electric in 5 years. In America, I think. I do think that because right now I just eyeball it and it looks like 30% to me. I have no idea. And I'm in Shanghai too, so it could be different in different regions in China for sure. But I'm just eyeballing it, so I just feel like probably in 5 years, probably if you eyeball it wherever you are, at least in larger cities, of course, in more rural areas, they're going to have a harder time charging and whatnot. But you know, all these electric pickup trucks coming out, I mean, they're supposed to be for working on farms in rural areas, right? I mean, I saw the marketing videos for Lordstown, right? They're working on farms with those electric pickup trucks. So I don't know exactly how that's going to work out. And obviously, you can charger installed in your garage or something. It's not a big deal. And the infrastructure will become better and better, more advanced, like the Tesla charging stations, plus the plug and all the other companies. So I really think it's probably going to be in 5 years. So I'm not sleeping on none of these things, especially the American ones, because those have the most room to grow. The Chinese electric vehicle companies, for sure, they can grow and capture more of the Chinese market. And hopefully NIO can go to Europe. But, you know, NIO would do really well in Europe too, I think. But anyways, yeah, as far as the most room for growth would be it will be the American ones, because the American is not like everybody is saying, the biggest market is China, then Europe. So in America, those cars, and just imagine it, Tesla is actually an American company too. It's really sad. People should get behind it more if they don't realize it. And this is all my opinion. I can be totally wrong. Maybe electric cars are in the future. I don't believe it. Soon gonna have electric airplanes, I bet. Actually, kind of already do. Is those like drone taxis, whatever, flying taxis. We think now is the time to be all in as a car maker. It is about gaining scale as fast as possible. The scale is going to be a driver of profitability. UBS predicts that by 2025, there will be manufacturing cost parity between electric and non-electric vehicles compared with a $5,000 cost difference in 2020. Wow, for more expensive EVs. Oh, for more expensive EVs. The average operation margin for EVs should grow to 77% by that time from 1% in 2020, which means that there will be a margin parity between EVs and conventional cars within the next 4 years. UBS analysts raised their target price for Volkswagen stock on March 2nd from 200 euros to 300 euros. Yeah. I mean, Volkswagen is absolutely making those, I think it was the ID4 or something like that, but from the reviews that I've seen, they kind of suck. But of course, it improve. Everything usually does improve with competition. We use the analogy from the tech space calling Tesla the Apple of the future mobility space because of admired piece of hardware in combination with cutting edge software. Oh, too bad we cannot buy this one. Can we buy Volkswagen? I don't know. That's an interesting article though. For sure. Opinion. The stock market is behaving in mysterious ways. Is it bullish, bearish, or something else? I guess I kind of also want to know that. Well, nevertheless, I think it's going to be just one of those mysteries. Let's check in and see if we can figure out if it's bullish or bearish or whatever. Alright, let's just go over to the ETFs. Dow Buzz is up 0.5%. Things are turning around. Tech is up almost 0.5% now. The Sparkline is looking pretty good. Dow is actually pulled back 0.2 now. Where's the triple Q? Oh, triple Q is going up a lot actually. Well, Sparkline makes it look like a lot. 0.26 now. Even ARK is up. Well, ARK is flat. And the biggest loser still the Chinese QQQ. TNX, one of the biggest losers. That's cool. And that's don't need that TNX anyways. Get out of here. Stop messing with stuff. Bye. Online retail. You know what? That's actually doing rather well. That's doing better than just the NASDAQ and Tech and what on other online things. For example, OGIG. If you compare this to OGIG, this one is above the 50-day moving average already, almost up to a little bit, like what, 7-8% to all-time high. OGIG, on the other hand, got hit a lot harder. You know, this looks like the QQQ. But dang, their buy is looking pretty good. Online retail, huh? Anyways, everything looking pretty good. Let's go ahead and check some of the positions here. So, totally we're up 1% today. Our ARC-G is only down 23% now, so that's pretty good. So is ARC-K is 23, ARC-W is only 16 now. Our GameStop meme, our YOLO put. Funny. We have lost 70%. That's not too bad though. Never know. We have until the 19th, so that's this Friday. We'll see how that goes. But yeah. And ARC F down 27. That's actually not that bad. And then Apple has also gotten better. Overall, not that bad. Roblox were down 10%. That's pretty apparent. Not doing very well since we bought it. OGIG, SPACX, and Buzz ETF are the most recent ones that we picked up during the dip, and they're all up. Back Q, it's almost flat. Pershing is down a little bit, but if it goes down more, we will buy it. And Print, definitely up a lot. We're almost breaking even on that, so that's good. Print we also bought during the dip. First half of the dip, so down a little bit more on that. Overall, doing okay. Doing okay. Even with this dip, I'm still up 94% for the year. Like 12 months, I think. I think that's calculated by 12 months. Maybe that's all time. Yeah. Would actually be about 12 months, but I've dollar cost averaged in. So it's not really, it isn't really 12 months. Hard to calculate that because I'm buying through this from the beginning of 2020, mostly since the dip in March. And then I was dollar cost averaging through the summertime into the September dip. So, you know, it's hard to calculate how long it's exactly been, but something like that. Something like that. Anyways, I'll take it. 1% is cool. 1% is 1% more than I had. But it's not enough to make me feel like I can just take a nap. Because it's gonna be shaky, I think. Although, come on, the TNX is down. Isn't that what we want? That what tech is waiting on? Even though the talking heads are saying it's gonna keep going up. Oh, gone up a little bit. Still not 1.7. I'm really waiting for 1.7. I think 1.7 that's back up to pre-COVID levels, and of course it might go to 2%, but I've seen some money managers and hedge funds saying that it's pretty much all up for now, which I don't know why they're saying that compared to everybody else. So now it looks like the S&P is down, Dow is pretty much flat, then tech is up. Tech and semis. Energy is getting killed, oil is getting killed, financial is getting killed, which is it's too bad. And then the Chinese web. I mean, the FAS was one of the ones where I wasn't really sure if I should have sold it when I did, but I saw that the rotation into cyclical slowdown. I made money on it. I didn't want it because it was dipping that one day. I didn't want to lose money on it. I didn't want the position to go red, so I kind of just sold it for like it was like 5% profit I made on that. And then it went up. Then the rotation kept happening in the cyclical side. I mean, I don't know. I kind of want to get back into it. So down almost 3% today. So I'm kind of feeling like getting back into it, but we'll see. In a rush. But yeah, it's pretty choppy today. I expected it to be choppy today because if there was a bigger dip on Friday, then I would feel like, okay, Monday's start of a new week, TNX is not up that much. Then what happened was Friday was kind of flat actually for tech. I mean, I'm literally almost talking about tech only on this. But it was kind of flat. It was just down a little bit, so I didn't expect it to go up very much today. And also throughout the entire weekend, just had the news covering the 10-year. So nay. Like those articles that we read at the beginning. The sell-off is over and things are bouncing back. Well, we don't know. But I think it might be priced in. Because even if we aren't going up, but still that kind of means, even if it's flat, which on Friday was down much on Friday. I think it was only down like, Nasdaq was only down less than 1%. So, I don't remember exactly, but so I mean, that's pretty okay in my book. So I would say yeah, maybe it is. And then today looks like it's going to be flat. I mean, who knows though? We're speaking about this way too early, obviously. But the semis are going up more, so cool. Let it be. Let it be. But anyways, I kind of wanted to go ahead and check out the triple Q here while it is flat. You know, so flat is a win in my book because it would indicate more that the it is priced in. But I mean, these dips, like the one in September and then the one we did right now, I think that's only like what? Not even that much longer. It's like maybe like 1.5 times longer, 50% longer than the COVID one. So these are nothing to take lightly. Although to be fair, after COVID one up till the September one, it ran up further away from the 50-day. But when it came back, it only came just right under the 50-day. But this one, it wasn't as far as from the 50-day, so it actually, when it pulled back, it was 80. So to me, that means can't really compare that. But if you just look at the overall length, width, height, slope of decline, and then what happens right after it. So let's do it. Let's check. Line this up. Pretty much lined up, and then I'm gonna draw another one. Right. So from the peak, then we had one day was down after it recovered the V. One day down, and then kind of was flat up until it was like this. Make this white. Okay, so I want to move this over to right. No, right there. So that is easily all week. The rest of the week that we should be flat if it's the same. no reason why we should think it's this. But just for some reason, since all of the talking, not all of them, but there's some big names that are comparing it to that, and also, you know, I was also taking their lead on that too. Seemed to me that it was going to be that big, as big as the September one. So, if it is, then we should probably see the rest of the week flat, which is not a big deal, before it starts going up. And then this one was down because of the election, but we're not going to have an election, so I would say we'd probably be floating more along the 50. Flat for a week, across the 50, maybe 1 week from today. That's just my best guess. Book it. Write it down. Let's see if I'm right. ARCs are up. Clean energy's not doing well. Dow is actually slipping a little bit. Huh. Funny. Cyclicals are slipping. Seriously. Yeah, I'm not making any plays right now. It's just too risky. The risk to reward is not there for me on the calls right now. So, see how it goes. You guys got any moves you're doing? Any moves you're making? I don't know, what could we do? Up. I just wanted to write this tweet down so I can remember, just in case. And if I call it right, I can. And if I don't call it right, then I don't have. Somebody else can remind me though if I'm wrong, which hopefully I am wrong. Hopefully it does go well. I expect it's probably going to be flat for the week. Remember, guys, if it's flat, call options lose money. That's why I'm not really interested in doing that. If it goes down, I've got my limit orders in. I'll buy more. But I got like 6 limit orders in right now, but how many do I have? I only have 5. I can make it another one. Gotta get some more Roblox, right? Dollar cost average, the Roblox. Alright, good for you, Ed. Good for you. Yeah, I'll buy some if those the ones that I have dip. I guess I could review those to see if I want to raise it up. As far as, well, I guess I could always. I guess we could do some calls. We could always set up some condors or whatnot. Although I would not mind. We could always do a vertical spread on Iron Mountain. I was actually talking with Ben about that earlier. I think we could do a vertical spread on it, although it's dipping right now. It could be a good time. Yeah, these are down 5 cents from open. Could be interesting to get some of those. Also, we could try a vertical from, see here. I think probably was this. Those only cost 75 now. That's tempting. It was 90 before. It just needs to go above 37.5 to make money up till 45. Well, plus the break even is like 38. No. Yeah, that's pretty tempting. Question it. How many do I want? I think I could get 4. That'll be fun. Gonna cost $300, possibly 27. But I don't know. I don't know if I really want to do that, although it seems pretty interesting. $45, I don't think it's gonna hit that. That's too crazy. So realistically, maybe it could do 40, 41. If it continues like it's continuing. So I could always change this. $65, 37. For the I don't know. This really risk to reward kind of looks interesting for me though, because even if you just do the straight call, forget about the vertical spread. I mean, it's still pretty cheap even for a $40 strike. Only $25. We could try to get that for 20, even less. So cheap. There's only kind of interesting. All right, let's do it. If it goes down, we can always get more. So let's see, 20. Problem though right now, so unsure of everything because I don't see the risk to reward right now because it's so which way is it gonna go type of thing. I still think like, yeah. But this one has been doing pretty well. Slow looks. I'll think about it. Let's see how low it can go though. But hey guys, thanks for coming and thanks for joining. If you haven't already, please go ahead and smash that like button. It really does help me out. And also subscribe to my channel if you're not already. I think overall everything is going pretty well. I'm indecisive on this one. If I could get it for 20 or even less, would be pretty interesting. I will try to get 10. The risk to reward is pretty good. Go ahead and put that in. Let's see if we can get it for $20 each. That one is a cyclical after all. Although they do a lot of data centers. And I need to do a better job of writing out these tweets better when I actually place the orders. So excuse me while I do that. But I feel okay without that one though, that's the thing. Feel okay. It was pointed out to me by a subscriber. I don't think he's here right now, but he usually is. Probably you guys know who I'm talking about. But feeling pretty good about that one. I think the risk to reward is don't risk very much money, and if it can go a little bit lower, then it's going to put us in a better position. But I went ahead and posted that on Twitter, so hopefully you guys see that if you want to know the details about that, if you couldn't pick it up from the stream. But other than that, I don't know. I think travel. That one's doing pretty good. Since though. Alright. So looks like semis are up. So congratulations anybody that has the Soxel. My personal favorite. Tech is up, and then let's see what's down. Down that I have, it's pretty much Dow and S&P is flat. Oil, energy, financials getting killed. Let's see why. Is it because of the 10-year going down? Yes, sir, it is. Funny how that works. And we're moving up a little bit. Not much though. Not as much as I. Voxel being up so much. Anyways. Arc leaps are definitely doing better. I would hope to see them break even in maybe 10 days. I would say hopefully. Unless if everything's tech keeps moving up. But tech moved up a little bit last week, and this is the start of this week, and looking alright. Looking alright. But nevertheless, yeah, we finished up 43,000 last week. I think it was probably more. From March 7th to 13th. Yeah, it was 47,000. It was 8%. We did 8% last week, which is good. Not that bad. And obviously my portfolio is mostly tech and semiconductors, if you haven't figured that out. Of course, that's not And that's not all that it dipped from the all-time high, but I don't really look at it like that. I don't dwell on that because I have a lot of patience with these things, and I like to buy the dip. But anyways, today we're almost up 2%, so that's pretty good. Still though, moving into Tuesday and Wednesday, I don't feel so good about it. So I'm a little bit uneasy right now when it comes to the options. I think that's okay. Good morning. Nice seeing you here, Kimberly. So yeah, well. Anyways, guys, I don't really have very much for you. So I'm interested in Bitcoin today. It's gonna be one of those slow days for me. I'm not very interested in getting into a lot of calls. Although if we could get some cheap, it would be interesting. But I'm not gonna force anything. The one thing I kind of wanted to get into was the financial sector, but that one seems to be down a lot. So we'll see. Although it's coming up a little bit right now. Everything is just too flat. Except for the ARCs. The ARCs are doing alright, and the semiconductor. But if you look at it, NASDAQ is only at 0.26. Dow is 0.03. And SPY is 0.04 down. Those two are literally flat. And then the NASDAQ is not really up that much. So it doesn't feel right to me. My gut is telling me hold your horse. See what the good old market has to say. Nothing new. What is an NFT? A Beeple NFT just sold on Christie's for nearly $70 million, highlighting craze for cryptos. Okay. I don't know why, I'm just not interested in those things. I probably would have been if this was 5 years ago, but I probably would have even bought some. But I'm just not really interested in those. That sounds not interesting. Vaccine news, COVID news, vaccine news. Am I a jerk for getting COVID-19 vaccine if I feel healthy and work from home? You a jerk? Yes, maybe. Maybe you are a jerk. Let's see what MarketWatch has to say. I want to know if MarketWatch thinks you're. I don't know, but the problem is MarketWatch didn't want to tell me. Don't want me to. When the first COVID-19 vaccine was authorized for emergency use in the US in December, the country cheered. The images of healthcare workers, nursing home residents, and first responders rolling up their sleeves to get the very first doses. 3 months later, however, many of those lucky enough to get the Moderna, Pfizer, or Johnson & Johnson vaccines are keeping the good news quiet. And that's because the troubled vaccine rollout, which has seen each state dictate its own rules for who qualifies for the shots, has created some opportunities for people who are tech savvy, well connected to jump ahead of the others. Really? Do tell. And that's led to some moral and ethical questions about who deserves to get the first shot, as well as when it's okay to reveal that you've been vaccinated against COVID. It's kind of a moral mess, said Dr. Ruth Faden, bioethicist and the founder of Johns Hopkins Berman Institute of Bioethics. I legit didn't know that was a thing. Am I a jerk? I want to know, maybe I am a jerk. Probably I am. I didn't know that bioethics are a thing. And I don't know, is this seriously, is that real? People are hiding the fact that they got COVID-19 vaccine because scared of people thinking they're jerks? Like, I don't really get it. I haven't heard about that. I know people that have gotten it. Some young, some old. I don't really get it. Once the state started going different ways, it did undermine or at least confuse people about what the right ethical values are for who should go first and who should go second. But I don't really know, is it really even up to the, is it up to this state to confuse people about what the right ethical values are? Like, I don't really think they should be defining that. It's kind of a strange concept to me. This is an interesting article, though. It's weird to see. This is a 20-year-old student. He didn't feel comfortable sharing the news on Facebook. However, it's weird to see someone my age get it when there are a lot of people who can't. BMI score made him eligible in his state. Even though I got it completely legitimately, there's lots of vaccines jealousy out there. So, I mean, if you feel bad, like, why do you get it then? Just stay at home. I don't really understand. What about this? A lot of people don't even want it. I mean, maybe those people are crazy, maybe they're not. I personally don't know. I don't have an opinion on it. But I hear people talking about it. I'm so far removed. I really feel like the US has changed so much. I love. Just for some reason I don't get it. Like, if they have if the people getting it have a moral problem, ethical problem of getting it before older people, like, just don't get it. You don't have to. What, he's forcing you? I don't really understand. I don't really understand what the problem is. Because not everybody feels like that. Weird. Man, these markets are totally sideways. Arcs are doing the best, so innovation is doing best. Semis are turning around in the wrong direction. Dow is going in the right direction, though. Nasdaq doing well, more break even. S&P is also not. Energy financial is turning around in the right direction. And the TNX is not doing well. But it's not going down that much. I don't know, guys. That's basically all I got for you guys. I'll be making a report later on. I'm going to be making a report on some electric vehicle ETFs plus the E-Bong, but that'll be a short selling report actually, so I'm pretty excited about that one. I'm going to try to dig up the pictures. I don't think I'll be able to find them for such a long time ago, but we'll see. But nevertheless, man, E-Bong is up like 17% too. That's crazy. Really interesting. I would pretty interested in buying a put on it. I wonder how expensive it is. A little bit expensive. This one would probably make the most sense. I wonder if I could get that for $2. Get that for $2. Let's try. All right. That is gonna be it. Let me post this on Twitter. All right, it's on Twitter. Anyways, guys, I appreciate everybody joining in. The put is hopefully it'll get filled on the my experience that use them. I've had many of them, hundreds and hundreds of them, and they were not worth it. But they were cheap though, so I don't know. I guess it depends on how you look at it, but they always broke. They're hard to deal with. I remember the first one I got, and I was trying to figure it out by myself. I'm not a tech guy, so that was pretty hard. But the S9s are much better. Bitmain ones. Anyways, leave it on that note. We'll see how that does tomorrow. Might do good, might not. But anyways, guys, appreciate you tuning in, and don't forget to smash the like button again. I really do appreciate it for all of you guys that are here, and see you around on the Twitter, on the Discord. I'll be around, but I'm gonna try to push that the due diligence out for tomorrow, and I will be making a video on commentary for those write-ups. It should be every day this week. Not to mention I should have time to go to the Xiaopeng store. So